What it do, what it does, man. It's your boy OG though. We back with another video, another reaction video. This one is coming to us from none other than The Petty Show. This one is a pretty interesting one. I've had a couple people reach out to me about this one, and it's pretty interesting. I've seen a couple clips about 50 going on the podcast with Andrew Shultz and talking kind of crazy and trying to discredit Kendrick Lamar's success in the past. Like kind of trying to discredit it, not credit it, but discredit it and downplay it for whatever reason. I'm not sure what they beef is, but he clearly has a loyalty to Drake. Obviously, he clearly has a loyalty to Drake. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna check it out, see what they talking about, see what it is, what it ain't. While I have y'all, man, definitely go over and make sure I'm gonna leave a link in the description to this video. Make sure y'all go over and subscribe, man, and like the video and show some love on that side too as well. And while I have y'all here, man, feel free to definitely drop a like and subscribe to the channel. We're a small channel, but we definitely growing, and it starts with you. We would love to have you in this OG gang, man. Definitely. Much love. But without further ado, don't want to hold y'all. Let's get right into it, man. Let's see what they're talking about.
Look, I like Drake's music. I'm a Drake fan.
Yeah.
I'm one of those guys that listen to the music and I start to like what's happening in our culture. All right? So, and then there's a point where your voice becomes a hit. And as soon as it comes on, we know, like, we're not struggling to say this is good. But Kendrick got trophies I didn't even know that they had. Which one? Like, what, Pulitzer Prize?
Yeah.
What the f? How a rapper get that?
Nah, you being a coon like a mud, dog. You being a coon like a mother. That's crazy.
Now, I thought it was about stopping the damage that the Super Bowl would do.
Because the Super Bowl, now, in my opinion, I don't think that the NFL would let Kendrick say certified files out loud.
On they would actually, I think that they would be part of the damages.
Y'all, the drama just got messier. 50 Cent is stirring the pot again, flipping the script on Kendrick Lamar and throwing his weight behind Drake. Yes, you heard that right. In a move nobody saw coming, 50 is backing Drake in their ongoing rivalry, and Kendrick, he's not holding back. In fact, Kendrick just hit back in the most savage way, leaving 50 looking all kinds of humiliated. Buckle up because this one's got music beef, pettiness, and receipts flying everywhere.
I wonder what
Let's
the
dive
hell.
in.
I wonder what a beef with 50 and K-Dot started, or is it just his loyalty to Drake?
Kendrick's unstoppable momentum. With Kendrick Lamar riding high on the success of his latest project, GNX, and the buzz surrounding his upcoming Super Bowl halftime show, it seems like everyone in hip-hop is feeling the pressure. Kendrick's name is dominating conversations, and while many are celebrating his wins, others, like 50 Cent, are doing everything they can to tarnish his shine. But let's talk about 50 Cent for a moment. This isn't just some small-time artist throwing shade, this is a hip-hop legend who shaped the genre in the early 2000s. So when he takes shots, people notice. Recently, though, 50's jabs at Kendrick have been louder, bolder, and frankly, more desperate than ever.
What the f? You were at the house like this, and you was on fire just a week ago.
Yeah.
And now they acting like did you stink or something changed about you?
All right, so
50 Cent joins team Drake.
50, what you on, bro? Like, what is your deal, gang?
Now, the beef between Kendrick
Oh,
Lamar
yeah,
and
sure.
Drake has been simmering for a while, with fans and industry insiders picking sides. 50 Cent, never one to shy away from stirring the pot, has planted his flag firmly on Drake's side. Not only has he supported Drake publicly, but he's reportedly been offering him behind-the-scenes strategies to take down Kendrick. Spoiler alert, it hasn't worked.
Exactly. Trying to get Drake to buy all Kendrick tickets out there in Toronto. Little do he know, them tickets cost supreme price. When he did it to Ja Rule back in the day, them tickets was cheap as hell. So it was easy to buy a pack of or like I said, arena, but I think he bought all the floor seats to a show for like $20-something at Ja Rule stuff. But buying supreme tickets at a Kendrick Lamar show, you ain't doing nothing but fatten Kendrick pocket. And he already said he gonna open the door and let people in for free if he continues to do it. So then you just paid that man. He done beat your ass in the beef, and now you done paid the man. That's crazy.
Every show is putting like Drake on, Kendrick songs on.
Also, shout out you for clearing.
Oh no, that was
you know what I mean? Shout out you for clearing the song, man. For the special.
That was super cool.
Respect.
But 50 didn't stop there. In his latest appearance on Andrew Shultz's Flagrant podcast, he took things to a whole new level. Teaming up with Shultz, who's known for his controversial takes, 50 launched into a full-on campaign to discredit Kendrick. The two spent significant time trying to downplay Kendrick's achievements, calling his success manufactured, and implying that his influence on hip-hop is overhyped. A desperate attempt to tarnish Kendrick. Here's the thing. Kendrick's track record speaks for itself. He's not just dropping hits, he's creating art that resonates with millions and sparks real conversations. His projects consistently push the boundaries of hip-hop, addressing topics like racial injustice, identity, and personal growth. So when 50 and Shultz try to claim that his success isn't genuine, it comes across as nothing more than bitterness. And let's not forget their obvious bias. While they were busy tearing Kendrick down, they couldn't stop praising Drake, portraying him as the real winner of their ongoing rivalry. But the numbers, the cultural impact, and the critical acclaim all tell a different story. Kendrick is in a league of his own, and no amount of podcast rambling can change that. The misstep that backfired. For 50 Cent, teaming up with Andrew Shultz may have seemed like a good idea at the time. Shultz has a platform and an audience, and his reputation.
I really can't stand this Shultz, dude. I don't know who. I mean, there's comedy for everybody, but I don't find this dude funny at all, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like, just the way he comes off as like a smug, arrogant ass prick, bro. And I just never really liked it. I never liked that energy that he gives off. His haircut is whack. His mustache is whack. His nose look like a big ass bell pepper or a Dorito. I never liked this dude. I ain't gonna lie. I never did. And even for him to jump up and throw himself in the mix of what's going on with Kendrick, he got a special coming up. He just want to be attached to the biggest thing that's out there. Cause Kendrick didn't say nobody's name, but like the old folks say, a hit dog gonna always holler.
For stirring up controversy likely appealed to 50's instinct for drama. But in reality, this move has done more harm than good for 50's image. Instead of coming across as a credible critic, 50 is now being seen as someone who's bitter about Kendrick's dominance in the game. And Shultz? His contributions to the conversation only highlighted how out of touch they both are with Kendrick's cultural significance.
Facts.
Look at Kendrick.
Yo, you can't be 5 years between albums, though. We need some food right now.
Yeah. That's
Drake puts out a lot of
Put
music.
massive pressure on him.
Yeah.
To do it. And
So
then
you say take a break.
I
Let
would
them miss you.
I would watch him. I would just watch him.
Kendrick's silence speaks volumes. While 50 and Shultz are out here making noise, Kendrick has chosen a different approach: silence. And honestly, it's the best clapback. Kendrick doesn't need to address these criticisms because his work speaks louder than words. Whether it's the raw storytelling on GNX, his poignant Super Bowl performance, or his ability to command respect from fans and peers alike, Kendrick continues to prove why he's untouchable. The moment that had fans fuming.
I love it. All right, man. Listen, somebody once told me, and I ain't gonna lie, I'm thinking about getting it tatted. Actually, somebody once told me, or I read it somewhere, if I'm not mistaken. The best revenge is ultimate success. You ain't got to go back and forth with nobody. You ain't got to do all that. Just win. The best revenge is ultimate success. Ultimate success. Period. Remember that.
The recent Flagrant podcast episode didn't just highlight Andrew Schultz's questionable humor. It also exposed 50 Cent's true feelings about Kendrick Lamar, and it's not pretty. The moment that really set the internet on fire was when 50 asked Schultz to explain his bizarre and frankly disgusting comments about what he wanted to do to Kendrick in response to being called out on whacked out murals. Instead of apologizing or even attempting to clarify, Schultz doubled down. He turned the moment into a joke, brushing off the backlash as if the hip-hop community wasn't already calling him out for his disrespect. And here's where 50 made things worse. He didn't just let it slide. He hyped it up. Kendrick Lamar, the genre's champion.
That's
While
crazy.
50 and Schultz are busy turning their jokes into a spectacle,
That man said he will butt break Kendrick Lamar. And this other black man who's aware of that egged it on to make him go further with that joke on his podcast. That's crazy work.
Kendrick is standing tall as the undisputed champion of hip-hop. His work speaks for itself, giving a voice to corners of the culture that have long been overlooked. Kendrick isn't just rapping for clout or chart dominance, he's pushing the genre forward, providing a blueprint for authenticity and innovation.
Like in Drake's case, because of the success, he's feeling the backlash of his success. Right now, everything that he said he did, they did in that lawsuit. They did it.
What do you mean?
Like Universal Music Group,
reducing the price of
everything that he did is a part of marketing.
I feel that too. Yep.
They
they do it for everybody.
Yes,
they probably did it for him.
Yes.
Yeah.
And yet 50's actions in that interview showed exactly where his allegiances lie. By aligning himself with Shultz's comments and behavior, he's drawn a clear line. He's backing Drake and his camp's narrative, no matter how flimsy it is. The Drake versus Kendrick narrative. One of the most telling moments came when 50 and Shultz pivoted to discussing the long-running feud between Drake and Kendrick. 50 parroted the tired argument that Kendrick's anger towards Drake stems from jealousy, claiming that Drake was on top and Kendrick was just bitter. But let's be real, this narrative falls apart with even the slightest bit of scrutiny. Commercially, Kendrick has proven time and again that he's not just on Drake's level, he's surpassed him in key moments. Take 2017 for example. Damn! Didn't just dominate the charts, it earned Kendrick a Pulitzer Prize. While Drake has been a streaming giant, Kendrick's influence goes beyond numbers. He's creating cultural moments. 50 Cent's problem with Kendrick's success. If there's one thing that 50 Cent made abundantly clear during his flagrant podcast appearance, it's that he's still holding a grudge over Kendrick Lamar's now iconic Control verse. Back when Kendrick dropped those bars, calling out nearly every rapper in the game, it was clear that it wasn't about disrespect, it was about competition, a call to elevate the art form. But instead of rising to the occasion, Drake took it personally. And apparently so did 50 Cent.
I do feel like I went through a portion of what he's experienced.
When you were on top, everybody wants to take a shot.
Yeah, and that look, you see how he lashed at everybody?
Yeah, you had the list.
That don't feel like 50 Cent?
Oh shit.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
Fast forward to now, and 50's still salty. During the interview,
Man, get your ass on, bro. You trying to say 50 did, he did though. 50 did have beef with a few people. I remember, I'm not sure if it was a BET Awards or what awards it was, but he was performing it. That nigga took off his shirt. No, I think he had on the white beat. I think he had on the G-Unit white beat, if I'm not mistaken, and walked down in the front row past everybody he had a problem with. But he antagonizes people too though. He antagonizes people. Like, you ain't just Mr. Perfect. You ain't just Mr. Perfect, bro. It's a reason why. It's a reason why, bro. Niggas ain't just mad at you just cause you know what I'm saying? Like, come on. It's three sides to every story. His side, they side, and the truth. One of them we ain't gonna hear. You tell me which one it is.
he tried to diminish Kendrick's impact by calling him a media darling, as if Kendrick's success is some carefully orchestrated PR stunt instead of the result of his undeniable talent and cultural relevance.
They're ready to hate on Drake.
Yes. Yeah. You're always ready to hate on who's on top. And now Kendrick, if Kendrick's on top, there's going to be people ready to hate on him, and he's never been in that position.
Nah, you know,
he always been an underdog.
But he's been a media darling.
But here's the kicker. Back when the Kendrick versus Drake feud was at its peak, it wasn't Kendrick who had the media's backing. Nearly every major hip-hop outlet predicted that Drake would come out on top, with shows like The Breakfast Club hyping up Drake's response tracks as if they'd already won the war. Narrative switching.
Facts.
A bitter attempt to rewrite history. What makes 50's comments even worse is the blatant revisionism. To hear him tell it, Kendrick has had every advantage handed to him, while Drake was the underdog fighting against the odds. But let's be real, Drake has been a media and industry favorite for years. From cosigns by industry titans to being the face of streaming dominance, Drake has had no shortage of advantages. So when 50 tries to spin this narrative, it comes off as pure bitterness, especially when he starts mocking Kendrick for winning awards like the Pulitzer Prize, a groundbreaking achievement that elevated hip-hop to a new level of cultural legitimacy. Clowning the Pulitzer, a disservice to hip-hop. The fact that 50 and Andrew Shultz laughed at Kendrick's Pulitzer Prize win is not just disrespectful, it's regressive. Kendrick's Damn wasn't just an album, it was a cultural moment, one that proved hip-hop could stand toe-to-toe with any other form of artistic expression. By becoming the first rapper to win the Pulitzer, Kendrick didn't just break barriers for himself, he opened doors for the entire genre.
Had its first performance or recording in the United States during the year. Awarded to Damn by Kendrick Lamar, a virtuosic song collection.
Because I didn't even know what that was. When he got that one, I was like, whoa, what's that? Like, I seen.
Mocking such an achievement only shows how out of touch 50 has become. Instead of celebrating the fact that
50
hip-hop
is
is now being recognized on such prestigious platforms,
50's
50's comments suggest he'd rather keep the genre confined to outdated stereotypes. The authenticity argument. One of the most absurd claims 50 made during this rant was that Kendrick has replaced Drake at the center of the industry because Kendrick's music is less authentic to the streets. According to 50, Kendrick's ability to appeal to a wider audience has somehow come at the cost of hip-hop's integrity. But let's unpack that. Kendrick's Good Kid, MAAD City, is one of the most authentic storytelling albums in the history of rap. It's a raw, unfiltered look at his upbringing in Compton, filled with vivid narratives that resonate with anyone who's ever faced adversity. Comparing that to Drake, whose music often leans heavily on pop sensibilities and ghostwriters, and claiming that Kendrick lacks authenticity, it's a take so off base, it's almost laughable.
Unified by its vernacular authenticity that offers affecting vignettes capturing the complexity of modern African American life. Congratulations, Kendrick Lamar.
Hypocrisy at its finest.
That's
what makes
crazy.
50's criticism even more hypocritical is the fact that he's defending Drake, an artist who has been accused of diluting the genre with formulaic hits and strategic collaborations. While Kendrick uses his platform to push boundaries and address real issues, Drake has often been accused of prioritizing chart success over cultural impact. And yet, 50 chose to paint Kendrick as the villain, claiming he's the one compromising hip-hop's integrity. It's a classic case of projection, where the very thing 50 is accusing Kendrick of is more applicable to the artist he's defending.
But because they'd rather think that you're the one stopping them than they ain't But the reality is they ain't
Yeah, no, you're in the way.
I blame a system. I blame something.
50's resentment, the real reason for his beef. So, why is
This is what I want to hear. What the is your real reason for your beefing, for your hating, for your bigotry, for your Uncle Ruckus ass attitude towards Kendrick Lamar, man? What the hell is it? I'm so curious on that. Let's hear this shit.
Is 50 really so pressed? Well, it all seems to come back to Kendrick's role in reshaping hip-hop's legacy. When Kendrick was chosen to perform at the 2022 Super Bowl halftime show, it was a clear sign that he was the torchbearer for Dr. Dre's legacy. For 50, who built much of his career under Dre's guidance, this was probably a bitter pill to swallow. And to make matters worse, 50 wasn't even originally invited to perform at the event. It was only after Eminem pushed for his inclusion that 50 got a spot.
I
And even
heard
then,
that.
his presence felt like an afterthought compared to Kendrick's centerpiece performance. This moment seems to have cemented 50's resentment toward Kendrick, who he likely sees as the new face of Dre's empire. 50 Cent's resentment, stuck in the past. But let's get into it, because the real issue here seems to be 50 Cent's inability to accept that Kendrick Lamar represents something he can never achieve. Kendrick is over a decade into his career, and instead of falling off or plateauing, he's consistently evolving, refining his craft, and solidifying his place among the greatest MCs of all time. Meanwhile, 50 Cent's prime was essentially over after his third album. And that's not shade, it's just the reality of how things played out. While Get Rich or Die Tryin' and The Massacre were undeniably iconic, by the time Curtis rolled around, his music wasn't hitting the same way. And that's fine. Not every artist can sustain their prime forever. But the problem here is that 50 refuses to acknowledge that Kendrick's ability to stay at the top isn't just luck. It's the result of constant evolution and an unwavering dedication to his art. The evolution Kendrick embodies. Kendrick's career trajectory has been a masterclass in artistic growth, from the raw storytelling of Good Kid, MAAD City, to the politically charged brilliance of To Pimp a Butterfly, to the introspective masterpiece that is Damn. Kendrick has proven time and again that he's not afraid to take risks, challenge himself, and push hip-hop to new heights. Compare that to 50, who spent much of the last decade leaning on his legacy rather than building on it. And that's where the bitterness comes in. Watching Kendrick thrive and evolve in ways that 50 couldn't or didn't is a tough pill to swallow for
Tough pill to swallow. You relied off your legacy and the things that you've done in the past instead of still growing in your purpose in music. What got you where you at? It's a difference, my boy. You sound like a old, bitter, hating ass dude, bro. And that's sad. Why would you hate? Why would you even hate on the young dudes like that that's coming up, bro? That's crazy. Like Kendrick ain't had no damn, like he ain't put that work in and go crazy and build what he got. That's crazy work. Like that boy pen ain't good. And his pen is his pen. He's writing. Not nobody else. He's writing. That's crazy work.
For someone who once ruled the rap game. Why 50 won't give Kendrick his flowers. And honestly, this is the core.
Cause he a hater? Cause that nigga a hater, man. It's that simple. Nigga's a hater.
Of the issue.
That's
50 Cent
sad.
will likely never give Kendrick the credit he deserves because deep down, it's a reminder of what he couldn't achieve. Kendrick has transcended the genre, becoming not just a rapper, but a cultural icon. He's performing at Super Bowls, winning Pulitzers, and shaping the conversation around hip-hop in ways that 50 never did. And let's not forget, 50 had his shot at evolving. He had the platform, the resources, and the talent. But instead of growing with the times, he chose to double down on the same formula, and eventually, the audience moved on. Kendrick, on the other hand, continues to adapt, innovate, and leave an indelible mark on the culture. The future of this feud. However, let's not underestimate Kendrick. He may be silent now, but history has shown that when Kendrick decides to address something, he does it in a way that leaves no room for interpretation. If 50 keeps poking the bear, it wouldn't be surprising to see Kendrick drop a bar or an entire track that dismantles 50's entire argument and puts an end to this feud once and for all. And
that's what I'm waiting on. That's what I'm waiting on. I hope, I pray to God. I don't know if you be on you. I'm pretty sure you be on YouTube. If you ever look at this video, my nigga, talking to Kendrick. If you ever look at this video, my nigga, let him have it. Please let him have it. He's asking for it. Let that nigga have it, man. Cause this nigga been loud and disrespectful as hell to me when it comes to this. This is crazy. This ain't even your beef, but you done inserted yourself into the shit. Talking reckless and crazy. Everybody entitled to their opinion. But when your opinion is just so fucking far left from the truth, and it don't stand on nothing, that's crazy. That's crazy work. Knowing you a legend how you was, but everybody, that's crazy. That's crazy.
And honestly, if Kendrick does decide to respond, it could be game over for 50. Because let's face it, 50's trolling might get him some attention in the short term, but Kendrick's responses have a way of sticking. What do you think? Now let's talk about it. Do you think 50's criticisms of Kendrick have any merit? Or is this just another case of a former heavyweight struggling to accept the rise of a new champion? And if you were Kendrick, how would you handle this situation? Would you respond? Or would you keep letting your success do the talking? And finally, do you think 50's bitterness stems from his own career struggles? Or is this deeper than just professional jealousy? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to smash that like button and hit subscribe.
Hey. As of right now, I don't think Kendrick should even respond. And what I mean by why he shouldn't respond, why he shouldn't respond, I mean as far as in an interview or talking. Most of the time when he responding the way he do it on tracks. And when he do it, he gonna do it in a way we all understand exactly what the hell going on, what's happening, and who he's talking to, and how he does it. That's the scary part as far as how he does it. Cause when he do it, that boy does it. Facts. But damn, boy, 50 is bitter as hell, man. And that's a good angle that she's looking at it from too, as far as him being bitter because he sees what Kendrick is becoming and what he's done in the culture, and how he's still relevant after all these years, and he's keep changing, keep elevating, winning certain prizes, shaping the genre of music, you know what I'm saying, and pushing the boundaries further than what, you know, a lot of artists are doing, and bringing a lot of eyes to the rap scene by winning that Pulitzer Prize and opening the door for that. That could be why. That's a great way of looking at that, because that could be true. That could be exactly why he's feeling the way he's feeling. That could very well be true. You know what I'm saying? But I think that's crazy work though. Especially to sit up with Andrew Shultz and talk crazy about this man, knowing damn well what he's done for the culture, bro. It's a reason why the whole shit shifted when he got on Drake ass. The culture don't lie. What he say? I'm what the culture feeling. It's not just me. I'm what the culture feeling. Everybody ain't lying. That's what we feeling. That's why everybody moving the way they moving about Drake when it comes to Drake. Yeah, man. But that's it for the video, man. Great video. Shout out to the Petty Show for sure for this one. This was a good one, man. Shout out to the Petty Show. That was a good one. Make sure y'all show some love to the Petty Show. And while I have y'all here, if y'all made it this far in the video, man, don't forget to hit that like button, smash that sub button, join the OG gang. We'd love to have you here. We're a small channel, but we're still growing. You know what I'm saying? And we would love to have you be a part of the gang. You know what I'm saying? But y'all know the slogan. Y'all be safe. Y'all be cool. Make sure y'all tell somebody you love them. Most of all, man, stay safe and stay dangerous. Until next time, I'll catch y'all on the next live. OG out.